What is going on, everybody? This is Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today checking out here the brand new Blu Vivo XL3 that I got directly from Amazon via the Prime service. This phone currently retails for about $159 if you get the gold color version, but if you get the silver one, it'll be around $169, which is still very competitive considering that this phone is already optimized to work with the networks here that we have in the USA, which is AT&T and T-Mobile. Yes, it'll get 4G LTE even with prepaid companies like MetroPCS, Cricket Wireless, and so on and so forth. So this is definitely a big step from some of the Chinese devices that we get that, well, they do have great specifications paper-wise, but when it comes to the LTE bands, they suck because they only get 3G or sometimes even 2G. Great phones, but no LTE network is a big no-no. So anyways, here we have the box on the front. Here we have some stripes which are in silver color together with the blue branding and the model, which is the Vivo XL3. Looking at it here from the back side, we have the 5.5-inch display, which is HD+, a resolution of 1440 by 720. We have the Corning Gorilla Glass number 3 on the front side, which is great. Also, we have here the screen has 293 ppi, so that's kind of low considering that it is currently 2018 and most devices nowadays they do come with a 1080p resolution screen. But I guess that in this case, since they are using the MediaTek quad-core processor at 1.3 gigahertz, they had no choice but just to put there a 720p display, so that way the phone runs a little bit smoother. Then we have 3 gigabytes of RAM. It comes with 32 gigabytes of internal memory and you can upgrade it up to 64 gigabytes. The rear camera is a 13 megapixel shooter, if I'm not mistaken, and the front is an 8 megapixel shooter. And then we have a fingerprint sensor. It comes again with the SD card expansion, so you can go up to 64 gigabytes. It is a 4G LTE device, definitely, and it works, so I'm truly excited about this. It comes with a 3000 built-in milliamp battery, and another goodie about this phone is that it comes with the Android 8.0 Oreo. So anyways, let's go ahead and open here the phone, and then inside here we are greeted with the device itself, as you guys can appreciate right here. So let me go ahead and get started by removing here the phone from the box. Okay, and this is the device right now, so let me go ahead and remove it out of this bag. And it came with this protector on the front side. We can even see some of the highlights according to them. So here we have the back side of the phone. The back is actually not that bad and it feels nice and premium. We have there the fingerprint scanner, the blue logo, the 13 megapixel sensor camera. Now here it is kind of tricky because it is showing us as if it had dual cameras, but in fact it's going to be the flash and one camera. And towards the bottom side we have the loudspeaker. Now this makes sense only when you're grabbing the phone, because normally we go like this, and this actually, the backside of your hand kind of bounces the sound and it makes it sound a little bit better with more bass. I think that was the whole idea, but the problem is that when you lay it down flat, the phone is going to sound muffled. I already experienced that. So here we have the front display. On the top you have that 8 megapixel sensor, and the cool part is that it does come with a LED light here on the front side, so it serves as a flash when you're taking selfies, which is definitely great. Then we have a notification LED light here on the left hand side with the proximity and light sensor, and also the ear speaker. On the bottom side here we don't have nothing, just a small chin. All the capacitive keys are going to be located on the operating system. So on the left hand side here we have the SIM tray, dual SIM, dual standby, or you can do one SIM card and the TF card to upgrade it to 64 gigabytes. On the right side we have the volume rockers up and down with the power key, and then sadly here towards the bottom side of the phone we can see the micro USB port, something that no other maker uses in 2018. We have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which is actually a great news, and the main microphone on here, and that's pretty much all we have for the Blu Vivo XL3. So with this being said, guys, let's go ahead and get it started here. And while this is getting boot up, we're gonna check the remaining content inside of the box, and I think I didn't press the button. There we go. And this is the boot animation in case you guys wanted to see it. It is just standard for Blu, so nothing very impressive on that we have. So then we have here a little silicone case, which is definitely appreciated with that zebra design on the back side, and this is all made of plastic. But again, it is definitely appreciated that we have accessories for this particular device because it just got released, and I'm pretty sure the accessories are very limited for it. Next, we got here the micro USB port, in which I have about 1 million laying around here. So we have another one for the collection, or antique collection, should I say. And we have here the cheap earphones that came with it. They look cheap and they feel cheap and they sound cheap. I already tested them. Next we have the blue sticker on here, so you can be proud and stick it on your car. Okay, this is kind of nice. Next we have the manuals. They come in 3 different languages. I think they come in French, Spanish of course, and English. So very cool. And this is the color that it is currently on special, which is the gold color version. And finally in here we have a screen protector. Okay, and I think we have a SIM ejector tool. Oh, I almost forgot here, the wall charger. I thought I had covered this already, but anyways, in case you guys are interested, this is the wall adapter here for the Blu Vivo XL3. So I think this is a standard charger. Yes, it is. It doesn't charge. It doesn't have fast charging. It doesn't have wireless charging. It doesn't have waterproofing. It doesn't have any of those cool things that most smartphones carry. And I'm talking about budget phones that carry those specifications, but they usually come from China. The bad news is that they don't have the LTE band, so sometimes we had to settle for less in order to get that 4G LTE support. So inside of the box here we have the SIM ejector tool, and that's pretty much all we have in here, guys. So now with this being said, let's go ahead and jump here into the Blu Vivo XL3 and talk about the software. And now coming back here to the Blu Vivo XL3, we have now completed all the setup when it comes to the software. I went ahead and installed the case that came included, and now we can see how nice the fingerprint scanner looks after installing this case because of the fact that we don't have a lot of glare now. So yes, the fingerprint scanner is also located on a very comfortable position. We have the loudspeaker here. Now we can see how it looks with a little bit more details, and the loudspeaker is not that bad, guys. And if you guys have the case, it has this little dot towards the bottom side that helps to keep it a little bit away from the flat surface, so it'll make the sound get released better and it doesn't sound muffled. So just keep that in mind. This case, I would say, is very important, and depending if you install it or not, then your quality of the speaker might get affected by it. So here on the front side we have the 5.5-inch display, again with a resolution of 1440 by 720, and it has 293 ppi. So yes, it is definitely not the best display out there in the market, but it does help you with the battery, and also the processor, the MTK6737, does help as well. So right here we have the main screen, and as you guys saw, I just entered my pattern because I booted this device. So now that I entered the pattern, we're going to go ahead and unlock it directly here from sleep mode, and you guys can see that the fingerprint scanner is not bad at all. So it is functioning very nicely, and I'm not getting any errors. I already recorded my 2 index fingers. Let's try here the other one. So actually that was my fault. As you guys can see that it is almost instant. So at least on the fingerprint side, I don't have any complaints whatsoever. Remember, guys, that it comes with the Android Oreo 8.0, so we can actually verify this. If we go into settings here, we go all the way to the bottom to about page, and there we can see it, the Android 8.0 Oreo. So again, another update, positive update about this device. Now the cons so far, or the things that hurt me the most that this device does not have, is the fact that, well, we are missing NFC. Second, it doesn't have wireless charging. Third, it doesn't have fast charging. And fourth, it is using the old micro USB port. Those 4 things are the biggest downer about this particular device, because I can live without optical image stabilization, I can live without 4K recording, I can live with all that, guys. But now wireless charging, I use it a lot. As a matter of fact, when I go to bed, I don't have to connect my device. I have a wireless charging cradle. I just put it there and that's it. The same with my truck. I have a wireless charger inside of my truck, so I just sit the phone there and it charges. I don't have to worry about plugging anything, and it saves time. So for that reason, I got used to it. I would say addicted to it, and now when a phone doesn't have it, I feel strange. So that's exactly the experience that I had with this particular device. Then here on the upper right hand side of the settings, we can notice how we have features, and this is going to explain everything that the phone does for you. So the first one we have is Lambency Selfie, which is basically when it uses the flash. So it is going to explain exactly what this is and all the features that it's going to provide you. So then we have another one here which is called Beautify Video, and yes, you can change the level of how much you want it to beautify your face. And this is something we have seen from many other devices, including Samsung. We have the power manager. So it's a power saving mode that enables you to use the phone for, I think, 24 hours with only 10% of battery life. We have the fingerprint settings. Okay, and again, it is just basically giving you information of how to use it. and that's pretty much it. But again, it's really cool in case you guys are not very tech savvy and you need to learn about your new phone. Well, this is a great way to do it. So here we have the other settings, guys. Nothing really special on this particular device. We don't have any extra buttons. We don't have anything like that. Then here we have the hotspot and stuff, but it doesn't come with NFC. That's why I decided to show this right here. You can see the NFC settings would have been somewhere in here, and they're not existent because the phone simply does not come equipped with it. And here I haven't downloaded a lot of applications because I actually restored the device after I was doing the testing, but I did tried Oswald 8 and that worked fine. I mean, the phone is going to be I would say decent for gaming, but not super heavy gaming because it might lag and you might find it to get a little bit hot. Also here from this middle side, a little bit lower than the fingerprint scanner, is going to get hot even with the case. So just keep that in mind. And the next thing here is going to be about the camera. And the camera, guys, is quite acceptable. I mean, it doesn't have optical image stabilization, but the colors are quite accurate. And for the most part, the white balance was there. I mean, there was very little tweaking that you needed to do with the camera in order to get it just right. So I don't have a lot of complaints, especially for the price, $159. I don't think that we can ask for much when it comes to the camera, and in low light it does quite well. So I really don't have any complaints about it. Again, it's a 13 megapixel sensor that does the job quite well. Then here, if you flip this over, we find the front facing camera, and it comes with that flash that I showed you guys before, and there it is. So it is not super bright because it doesn't want to, I guess, you know, make you close your eyes when you're shooting a picture, but it does provide nice colors to your face. So I think that this part right here is definitely useful, and we have seen it on other Chinese devices in the past, even though they're not claiming this as Chinese. But I think that, well, Blu just basically designs the product and some company in China just builds it for them, and of course provide their branding on their product. So it might be a rebranding basically, but I haven't seen this particular design on any other Chinese website, so I'm assuming it's genuine from Blu. So anyways, guys, there we have it for the camera. Decent camera for the price. So all in all, I have to rate this phone at least a 6. Let's give it a 6 out of a 10. And the reason I don't give it a 10 out of a 10 is because of the fact that we already spoke about this. It doesn't have NFC, it doesn't have wireless charging nor fast charging, and it comes with the micro USB port, which is very outdated. Other than this, the phone is definitely functional for anybody out there. It comes with the 4G LTE bands already built in, so you guys don't have to worry about, you know, using it with AT&T and T-Mobile or any prepaid company. It comes already optimized to work here well with the USA network. So all in all, guys, again, a 6 out of a 10, and this will conclude today the unboxing and the hands-on of the Blu Vivo XL3. Like always, if you guys do have any questions, you know exactly what to do. Just leave your comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one.